Hi folks, and welcome to DevTrends. Today we're gonna talk about new Vue-powered static site generator called VuePress and JavaScript versus Oracle controversy. So Evan Yu, creator of Vue.js, has recently gave us another great tool now included in Vue ecosystem. It's called VuePress, and it's basically a static website generator written in Vue.js. VuePress is primarily aimed at creating documentation sites with Markdown, but thanks to its extensive configuration can be also used for other cases. So it's basically like Gatsby but for Vue. Worth noting that we already have pretty similar tool called Nuxt.js, but Nuxt is specifically designed for building applications and VuePress is for static websites centered around content and documentation. So let's see how it works. So let's create a new folder. Let's call it VuePress demo. Let's npm init here, and let's add this folder to our workspace in VS Code. Add folder, okay. Here's our VuePress, here's our package.json, and let's install VuePress itself here. VuePress is a CLI tool for generating VuePress website, for building and for development server. It includes all the things. So VuePress is based on Vue and Webpack, but you won't need any additional configuration like Webpack specific configuration, because VuePress does it by itself. So let's wait till it installs. So it's installed, and let's create some simple Markdown file, as VuePress is working on Markdown, but it's not limited to it. Let's create a new file. Let's call it just readme md. It will be like our index.html but for VuePress, and let's create some Markdown stuff here. For example, let's write something seems not working. Let's reload VS Code. Okay, now it works. So let's, for example, write down hello DevTrends here. Let's save it. Okay, and let's start a VuePress development server and see the result. So we just run VuePress dev and set a current folder to build. So you can see it's compiling right now. The first compile takes a bit longer, but not so long as you see. And let's switch to localhost, and you can see there is our Markdown with base theme, base VuePress theme and base layout. It just works, and of course it supports hot model reloading, if we can say so. So if we change this file, you can see it reloads right away without reloading the page even. So that's great. So VuePress, as I've already said, is extensive and extensible tool. So you can provide a configuration for VuePress. Let's call it. Well, actually, it should be located in a special folder. It's called .vuepress. In your root directory of your project, and here we can create a config.js file which will be the config for VuePress. And here we just export JavaScript config. Okay, let's close it. So for example, let's add title for our newly created website and some kind of description. DevTrends on VuePress. Let's save it. And you can see there is our title, which renders into the navigation bar in the top bar of our theme, and description as well in meta text. So you can write any markdown, any pages on VuePress. You can use any markdown layout in it. You can even use some emoji here, like for example smile and tada emoji. Let's see how it works. Yeah, you can see the smiles are rendered. You can use some custom elements provided by the theme. For example, there is a special element for some tips. It has special layout with such symbols. Let's save it and see how it works. You can see there is a special area highlighted. You can make it, for example, warning tip, saving it, and you can make it danger tip as well. So it's great element. And the most good part, the most awesome part, that you can even use some Vue components and Vue directives in your markdown templates based on VuePress. So for example, let's do some v4 stuff and in 5, and let's output n here. And when we save, you can see there is Vue elements rendered, and of course you can use your custom written Vue components. So full Vue components in your VuePress site, it's awesome stuff. And as well, you can create another page. Let's create some page MD. So it will be another page. Let's call it another page. Save it and let's make a link to it. For example, another page. And here we just provide relative path to it, and VuePress compiles it to the proper page HTML element. So it's pretty customizable as well. And if you want to build after you finish your development, you just write VuePress build and provide the root folder of your project. So VuePress now builds your projects and generates static assets like HTML pages and styles. And this stuff you can just put it on your server, push it to, for example, GitHub pages. So if you cd to VuePress, you can see there is a dist folder appeared, and you can see all these assets for all your pages and assets folder for all your VuePress stuff. It's completely static and can be used on any server on any domain. So that's great. So VuePress seems to be pretty strong and extensive tool for building your static website. It will be fast and accessible due to server-side rendering, progressive web app support and SEO friendliness. And it's especially great that it's not that static, because you can use your own Vue components and build literally every website on Vue.js and VuePress as well. So JavaScript is on top of the most popular programming language in the world, and it's totally independent language with no other similarities to Java except its name. But there is one big leftover that binds JS with dark times of the past. JavaScript is a trademark of Oracle. So in other words, Oracle owns the name JavaScript, and this wouldn't be an issue if they didn't do anything evil about it as they promised before. But they did. Some days ago, a post appeared on Reddit stating that Apple took down a Redditor's app from iTunes because there was a JavaScript word in it. And the statement from Apple says that the owner of the app prominently displays JavaScript without authorization from Oracle. So that's trademark infringement, and the owner should disable access to the app. Well, this looks like a late April Fool's joke, but it's really not. And there has been a lot of frustration and hot discussion about this case, leveraging several possible solutions. First, and one of the most popular opinions, is to change language name to ECMAScript and get in line with current standards name. And another benefit of it that it removes confusion between Java and JavaScript, especially for people who don't do programming. Well, it has its downsides as well, because JavaScript ecosystem is huge and switching to a new name could take ages and not everyone will be happy. And here comes another possible solution. Summing up, it's about challenging Oracle and forcing it to remove the protected status of World JavaScript, either voluntarily or in cart. And this seems to be much more viable solution because, and as Getty5 correctly assumes, the name of a programming language should not be trademarkable. So this looks like another round of never-ending battle between open source and large corporations. Luckily, lately open source is winning, and even such corporate monsters like Microsoft are looking towards open source products like VS Code and TypeScript. Well, let's hope Oracle finally turns towards community as well, and such turn by all means will be positive both for their reputation and us developers. So that's all for today, folks. All the links are in the description below. Thank you for watching and stay trendy!